In this video, we will learn about some of the advanced features of Riviera-PRO waveform viewer. This video assumes that you have thorough understanding of Riviera-PRO waveform viewer. Now we have initialized simulations here and added signals from the hierarchy viewer into the waveform viewer. Now let's run our simulation here. Now you can right click in waveform viewer and select add splitter, which will add another splitted window in same waveform viewer. Now you can add signals inside the splitted window. Now you can take advantage of this feature to compare different signals from different set of hierarchy. So here in this window, it is horizontally synchronized. So you can move horizontally this waveform viewer, and you can see all the signals from different splitted windows are moving together. But vertically it is not. So you can have multiple signals in one window, and then you can just browse through it and you can compare them with another window in the splitted view here, and then you can right click on that and close that splitter here. Now let's add a signal breakpoint. Let's say if you want to add a signal breakpoint and if you want to stop your simulations on particular conditions, which you can do easily by right clicking on any of the signal and select set signal breakpoint. Here you have three different options, and the most valuable options, most important options are event and value here. And in event, when you select event, your simulation will stop when you have any events occurring on that signal. That means if your signal is going from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, your simulation will stop at that moment. And in value, your simulation will hold on assigned value. So whenever you have some values occurring on your signal, it will hold your simulation. So let me show you event breakpoint right now here. So let's select event here, which will set a breakpoint. It says breakpoint added here in this console window. So let me initialize now my simulations to see that effect of the breakpoint. So now when I run simulation, it will hold my simulations and it will take me to the source wherever my driver is described for that particular event. So right now it has altered my simulations because this is our 0 time. As you can see, our simulation is altered at 0 time because our signals are being initialized right now. So it is going from uninitialized to particular value here. In this case, it's going from uninitialized to 0. That's why we have a simulation stop there. Now let's run few more time here. So again, as I mentioned before, here it will go to the source where you have that driver as describing value on that signal. As you can see here, that in that f pattern value, f pattern signal, value is going from 0 to 1 here at that location. So that's event occurring on that signal. It's going from 0 to 1, so our simulation has been halted. The same way you can go furthermore into it, and you can see different results here. So now in this case, the signal is going from 1 to 0, so we have an event occurring which is going from 1 to 0, so that's why we have a simulation stop there. And you can see this. Let's say if you want to remove this breakpoint, you can easily see now Riviera-PRO has a breakpoint management window here. So activate the signal breakpoint editor and you can see your breakpoint here in this window. Now if you just want to disable it, you can just disable that breakpoint. So let's say if you want to use that breakpoint later in next simulation run, you can just keep it here and you can just disable that for this session here, or you can delete them altogether. Now let me show you one more Riviera-PRO waveform viewer advanced feature. So let me stop simulations and let's run our simulation again, because I need to change some options when we initialize our simulations. So go to options here, and in simulation data set category, you can enable this enable show event source option here. Click apply, OK, and then initialize your simulation and add signals here. And you can add signals from different hierarchy also. Now let's run our simulations. As you can see here, there are different events happening in this particular signal here. Now let's say if you want to find out the source of this particular event which is happening here, let's consider this signal here. Let's say you want to find out the source of this event, why this particular event is triggering at this locations, and you want to find out the source of it. You can just right click on it and select show event source, which will take you straight away to the driver which is described in this process here. So that way you can find the source of particular event which is happening inside the waveform viewer. Thank you for watching this video.